All right, we're here with Master Instructor Wallace Fisher, the man, the myth, the legend, Wall Street insider, professional master investor. Pleasure to have you here. You've been doing a great job. I know people have been enjoying your information online and offline for those who come and meet with us for the stock analysis that's live, but also the people that have gone through this course and have been getting your wisdom as we've been going along. We talked a little while back last time we talked to you, and you were here to instruct us about risk tolerance and investment goals. You kind of mentioned investing in a growth, income, and a value strategy. I would like to go into the first one of those, and then we'll break the other two into two other courses or two other lessons. So let's first dive into, can you explain to us what a growth investing strategy is?
All right, good. So when you're investing in growth stocks or stocks that's going to grow faster than the market, basically, it's something that's gonna have high multiples, and we go over that in one of our classes. But it's going to grow faster. It tends to grow faster than what the market is growing. We call it high flying stocks. And on the growth strategy, it depends on the time of year. Actually, it'll do really, really well for you. And it depends on a lot of things. It depends on for yield curves and stuff like that. But when you typically invest in growth stocks, you just have to know that a growth stock will grow real fast. And when the market turns, it would turn that as fast as it's grown on you, as far as going to the downside. And so you have to know that. So say for instance, let's say um Amazon, right? Amazon is a beautiful growth stock, right? And Amazon went from $200 to $300 when I first started watching, and now it's at $3,300, right? But there were times when the growth stocks wasn't fashionable, and Amazon fell pretty hard, and at one point. And if you had that in your portfolio, and like we talked about earlier, you have to know that, hey, I'm in a growth stock. I'm willing to deal with this pain right now of
Yeah.
losing 5 to 10% of my portfolio's value because of Amazon. But I know eventually when the market turns, it's going to be high flying again. So when you're a growth investor, like I said, their PE ratios, their multiples are a lot higher, and they tend to do well in certain environments. And when the environment turns, it will turn on you as well. And so you want to make sure that you have, and we'll talk about it next, certain things to offset that when the market turns. And so you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. So you don't want a portfolio full of growth stocks, because when it's doing well, you feel like a king. And when you got times like we had a month ago in February, a lot of people were texting me, hey, what's going on? My portfolio is full of reds, that type of stuff, because you got a lot of growth stocks. You don't have anything of value or anything of substance, just in case we get this healthy market rotation out of growth stocks into value stocks.
But if you know what you're doing, a growth stock is a good part of your portfolio, because that's where you get your good gains if you're paying attention to the market and you understand what you're doing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Big gains for sure in growth stocks. Exactly. Like I said early in the other segment, when you know your pain tolerance, you would set stop losses, and you could also set stop losses for gains. So say for instance your growth stock, you know how much you want to lose, but you didn't gain 100% or 200% on your portfolio. You can take 100% off and still take that money that's still in there, that 100% that's still in there, and let it ride, right? And when it falls again, when the market has some type of correction, you have cash on hand to get back in and whatnot, and then you can ride it up even more. So it's a lot of ways you can take advantage of the growth stocks. You just have to know, again, your pain tolerance and your how much money, as far as where you want to get out at. There's a growth stock that's, man, something that's from, what was it, from the beginning of the year to now, that grew 240%, right? So you take 100% off, and this is in 6 months, right? Well, 5 months. You take 100% off your initial investment. Now you have, actually, people say you're playing with the house's money, right? So when that grows again another 100%, you could take some more money off if you like, right? So, and you take profits, and or you can add to it, right? You can add more to it. You just would have to know what you're doing as far as when to take money out or how much pain you can deal with when the market turns, because it will. It's not going to go straight up all the time. And
But
those
that's why
opportunities.
they come here to learn. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
more understanding you have, the more applied knowledge you can have, and you
Right.
can take advantage and you could avoid bad situations because you'll know what you're looking at and what you're looking for. So thank you for explaining growth stock
Yes.
growth stock investing.